4, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, hello, internet world. I'm here for another chapter of this book right here. Yeah. Let me just get into it. Where was I? Chapter 6. Freeing the prisoners. Give me one sec. Okay. Quickly. Solid Snake pocketed the empty Beretta and moved on to the right-hand truck. He avoided going near the truck that was parked in the middle, convinced that it was a trap. He'd noticed a thin, almost invisible wire snaking from under the truck's chassis, and rightly presumed there was a detonator somewhere and explosives in the truck. But maybe the truck on the right had some clips of ammo stashed in it to use with the gun. He searched it carefully, but it yielded up nothing in the way of bullets. It did have a special steel pocket hidden in the door of the cab. Using all his strength, Haley forced it open and found some anti-tank mines. Good. These might come in handy. Haley added the mines to the small but growing arsenal he was beginning to put together. With the mines and the Beretta, Haley made his way back across the compound and used his key card to get back inside Building 1. Peering around a corner, Haley could see the guards approaching. He was close to the east elevator, but it was his only chance. He dashed quickly to it and used his key card to get the door open. The guards passed an instant after the elevator door closed. They saw nothing. He's pretty lucky. I guess that's why they hired him. I'm gonna eat some of my ramen. Oh shit, I lost my place. One sec. Okay. Where the hell was I? Haley pressed the elevator button for the 3rd floor. He decided to try to proceed systematically from the top floor down, but when the door opened, Solid Snake caught a glimpse of something familiar. Little red eyes. There were infrared sensor cameras on the 3rd floor. Unblinking, all-seeing little red eyes. The young Marine captain had to keep tight up against the walls to avoid the surveillance lenses. He figured that the entire complex must be monitored, some parts with cameras, others with heat-sensing or motion-sensing devices. How long would he be able to escape detection? Justin Haley suspected that the evil Colonel California Taffy was using part of Building 1 as prison cells for the snake men he'd already captured. I don't know where he got that idea, but okay. It was part of Haley's mission to set them free, but Commander South had warned Solid Snake that perhaps some of the snake men had turned double agent and shouldn't be trusted. Haley found that hard to believe. The men in his squad had all been courageous, highly trained, loyal, and patriotic. The snake men were the best, hand-picked. Their special forces training was the toughest in the world. Only the handful that came out of it in one piece were allowed to call themselves snake men. How could they change? What kind of torture could even a fiend like Colonel California Taffy devise that would make a snake man betray his commander, his squad, and his country? Because Solid Snake still had only one keycard. He could only go in through the doors it opened. The first few doors he tried failed to respond to the card, but the 4th door opened when the keycard was inserted. In the center of the room, a prisoner was tied in a chair, moaning, nearly unconscious. The prisoner was Chuck Robinson, a snake man, a good friend. Haley should have stopped in the doorway to assess the situation for potentially lethal booby traps or explosives. All his training had prepared him for caution above everything. But he couldn't help it. When he saw Chuck in that chair, he ran forward to his buddy's side. Chuck, it's me, Haley. The man stirred and raised his head a little. Solid Snake, Justin, is that you? What's the point of having code names if they're just gonna use their regular names? It's me, good buddy. Let me get these ropes off you. You think you can stand up? I'll give it a try. But Robinson was not in any shape to stand. When the ropes came off, he fell to the floor in a heap. It's no good, Haley. Leave me here. Try to set some of the others free. They may be able to help you. Maybe if I rest a while. Solid Snake was reluctant to go, but there were over a dozen other prisoners, if they were alive. He had to find them and set them free. They were his snakemen brothers, his comrades in arms. He couldn't just leave them here to die. Listen, Justin, this is very important. The heat panels. The heat panels. Don't try to talk, Chuck. Just take it easy. No. You've got to listen to me. The heat panels. You can't get to Metal Gear without crossing. The heat panels. They're terrible. Terrible. Burning. They burn. Chuck's delirious, thought Solid Snake. He needs medical attention badly. Well, ain't nothing he could do. Eat the rations. You've got to have plenty of rations if you want to make it through, or you'll die on the heat panels. Chuck kept mumbling the same words over and over, his voice weak, but his words heavy with urgency. Right, good buddy, will do, said Solid Snake softly. Oh, I guess that was supposed to be soft. Listen, Chuck, I'm going to leave the door unlocked for you. Try to make it out of here. If you can't, I'll come back and get you after I finish with Metal Gear. Is that a go? Who the fuck talks like that? Chuck nodded wearily. But the heat panels, he said again. Listen to me. You've got to raise your own body temperature if you want to survive. You have to eat. Oh, okay. I hear you, Chuck. Take care, Solid Snake. Haley nodded grimly. I'll take care, he promised. The keycard opened other doors, in which he found several more snakemen prisoners. All of them had been tortured, and several of them were unable to speak. It almost broke Justin Haley's heart to see his friends in such a condition. He set the men free, promising to return and get them all out to safety once his mission was completed. Yeah, I want to see them leave this place in a in a truck or something. I don't know. So far, none of the rooms had contained any ammunition for his Beretta. He needed weapons to penetrate the inner defenses of Outer Heaven. He had to keep looking. From one of the rooms on level 3, Solid Snake could sense something seeping from under the door. The odor, bitter and stinging, was unmistakable to anyone with Haley's training. Poison gas. Haley put on the gas mask. Should he avoid this room or go into it? His sense of survival told him stay clear of the poison gas, but his logic told him something different. Why would the terrorists bother to gas the room unless they had something of vital importance hidden there? Solid Snake had to take the risk. Using his keycard, he got the door open. It was a large room, and at first it appeared to be empty. But as Solid Snake crossed it wearing his gas mask, the floor suddenly tilted up, sending him lurching backwards, barely able to keep his balance. There was a terrible rumbling sound, growing louder and louder through the fog of poison gas that filled the room. Solid Snake found it difficult to make out what was happening. Then he saw it, the deadly trap. A huge rolling device, a giant steel pin. Wow, they actually have the rolling pin in the book. 8 feet long and weighing 3,000 pounds, heavy enough to crush a man to death. detached itself from the wall and came rolling across the sloped floor, coming at him at top speed unless it was stopped. In only a few seconds, it would smash the life out of Solid Snake. Here's another game hint. Avoid surveillance cameras by staying next to the walls. Thanks.